Hello and welcome to another night of Chess and Psychology. We have few in-person audience, so hopefully there will be a fun balance between my in-person and my my online audience. So I was struggling to figure out which Aronian to show because I have two super cool Aronian games. One of them, he's the one looking a little unhappy in the end, and the other one, Magnus, is the one that's looking unhappy. I feel like Aronian beating Magnus is something that we kind of see more often than Aronian losing to like a less super GM type of person. So I decided to go with that one. And another special thanks because this game is again in the book that's upcoming that I did with my brother, and he was responsible for most of this game's analysis as well. I feel like I'm just using his analysis instead of my own at this point. So yeah, special credit to Borna. So yeah, we got that going. And in this game, yeah, I think Borna, because Borna is playing for UK Chess Federation, so he likes the UK youngsters, I guess, like quote-unquote youngsters, and I think Luke McShane is one of the people who my brother Borna kind of looks up to, and because he's like 3700 and he's been playing with the high-level chess for a while as well. Actually, fun thing, wait, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, I'll just give it a vague description. My brother was invited to play one of the very interesting upcoming September tournaments for UK in the world, like with Jones and everybody else, and so he was kind of happy about that. So yeah, maybe I should have shown one of his games. Anyways, he can play good games in September and we'll show those. Alright, let's get going before I keep talking about it. So yeah, this was a very fun game that Levon got kind of crushed by McShane, and yeah, so the opening is quite interesting because hold on, let me actually disable the sound on this. There we go. Yeah, because I am a fan. Wait, I did not disable it. Jesus Christ. There we go. I am a fan of Slav, but I've played it very little. Like, I've played Nimzo Indian, Kings Indian, Queens Indian, like all these different ways to kind of not play Slav frequently. I've played it very few games. Like, I'm familiar with the structure, I'm familiar with the what's going on in the game, and especially in the middle game section, but I don't feel like I get a calling from Slav, if that makes sense. Same with a lot of the Sicilians as black. I felt a small calling from Najdorf. I played it. Oh my god, those games are horrible. So I think that was a misstyle from Najdorf to me. Anyways, I did, however, try like some of these a6 ideas without c6. It was a weird game. I prepared a lot for it. I was playing it in some tournament in Italy, and I had a good game, but I miscalculated, and yeah, that didn't really go my way. But these a6 here or later, or like in different lines, are kind of, I've realized that they're very useful in d4, d5 lines. So if you are interested in making your opponent a little unbalanced, I think that would be kind of fun. Whoa, going backwards, sorry. Yeah. Alright, so we have reached a position that I would like to question people. Unfortunately, my live audience can kind of see the answers, sorry. Yeah, but that's okay. I kind of want my own little cheat sheet, so I can't really.
Want me to move it over more?
I mean, sure. Why not? Or we could, like get a. Yeah, I wish we could somehow like just choose what to show, but.
Okay. Well, so you don't do it? Or you do? That's it. I can scoot that over.
Might help with the questions.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm capable of not looking at it.
Yeah. My eyes are so bad I can't read it anyway.
Oh no.
I can see the chessboard.
Oh my god.
Just tell me your
Maybe we can blur it out.
Evidently, that's okay. I'm gonna get apologies.
It's okay.
Hold your hand up to there.
Put a little tape. Oh, actually, we could put a little tape there. All right. Time for creativities later. Yeah. So yeah, I thought it would be an interesting way to because usually in the openings I like to take like a moment to get everybody to consider what's going on in the position, what does white want, what does black want. So on that spirit, I thought it would be a good idea to question you guys now. So I'll give it just a minute because I'm already getting some answer from chat, like a bishop f5, which is very interesting. Greeting from Brazil. I was in Brazil 2011. I loved it. There was a very fun, like, green soda thingy that I really liked that I cannot find anywhere else. 2011.
Isn't the bishop to f5 more than risky?
I mean, so the reason I'm pausing here is because you kind of have to make a decision on where, like, what do you want to do with the tension here? Are you going to take it right now? Are you going to take it later? So a lot of the times the deciding on what type of pawn structure you want to enter is a very big part of the opening. I'm sure that the players here, because they're grandmasters and actually super grandmasters, do know this opening, but I'm kind of trying to like step back and look at a bigger picture rather than if we didn't know this opening, then how would we choose our middle game, or how would we choose our piece placement? So that's what we're trying to do. And somebody asked about Talia's cooking. I mean, she's joining SLU, so I'm gonna get her to, show me some tricks. But I don't know if we're gonna do a cooking stream.
We did that on the countdown. It's nothing.
Oh.
That's what they're referring to.
I think we need Talia to do another cook show. Yeah. Anyways, oh my god, I'm getting some cool bishop f5, knight e4s. All right, thank you. No, these are very interesting ideas. What else? Does anybody want to actually take it over here? To be fair, e3 is usually more considered to be quote-unquote safe for the bishop, because with e3 you're like focusing more on the other bishops, especially on Slav. But bishop g, there's nothing wrong with the bishop on g5, but we should most likely consider more options. Hello, Kayan. Alright, yeah, so actually it's kind of fun. Nobody wants to take it. Yeah, everybody likes to keep the tension, and I feel like my people here are not very inclined to take two, but well, they took it. Probably more towards the end. Yeah. Thank you though. So yeah, I think taking is a very fun way to figure out a small imbalance in the position, because like again, right now this could also be the type of preparation that people would do, like taking on c4 might not be your usual move, but when you're trying to kind of like trick the opponent to opening, or you're trying to do the cool preparations, these are the ways to look into it. So knight e4 is something that I saw mentioned in the chat, and it's also worth mentioning. The issue with it is that you're not going to take it, because take, then this knight is kind of up in the air. The problem is you just play bishop f4. Now you have this really nice diagonal. Oops, you have really nice diagonal, and if take, you're just going to simply bring your bishop out from this side, and it's a little unclear how black is going to continue, because white has a lot of options to contribute more to the position. And white definitely does have enough compensation for that one pawn. Pieces are more activated, there's more space, there's more center for white, so not necessarily the most intriguing option to play knight e4. So that's why taking is, in my understanding, that was home prep. Anyways, a4, if e4 possible, but we do have b5, so this is like a whole different line of analysis and theory, and oh boy. Yeah, but definitely worth considering. If you are going to take it, you always have to be ready for white grabbing center and you pushing. I've done my fair share of unhappy pawn eatings in Catalan when you can eat that and then you can push b5. So you always have to be careful because then you're gonna be spending so many moves protecting the pawn, and sometimes it might not be worth it. Anywho, right now Aronian went a4 to kind of prevent this a b5, and this is the move that was quite crucial, h6, because we're trying to kind of see, are you gonna move away from this pin? Are you gonna take it? We're gonna kind of question it. Why is that bishop on g5? What are you planning to do with it? So Aronian went to h4. The thing is, if he takes it over here, take back, kaboom, to stop b5s, and now this is going to be a good game for black. Black has enough space, black has an extra pawn, white doesn't have. That's like awesome of a center. So definitely something that might not be the best choice for white. And that's kind of the question that McShane is asking Aronian. Are you here to eat my knight? Because if you are, then I'm gonna have enough active pieces to fight back. So bishop h4 was played, and now what do we do? So I'm gonna take another small pause to get you guys on the same page. And while you're thinking about it, I'm probably gonna tell you a tiny story regarding His Majesty the Cat. So yeah, we did go to Chicago, as I was mentioning last week. We went to Chicago over the weekend. He was such a good boy in the trip. His cat backpack came. He was such a little good boy, and yeah, he enjoyed his travels, as I think is being shown to you. Oh yeah, the kitty on. Oh yeah, yeah, he was such a good boy. Enjoyed it. He was a blast in the train. He was just amazing. Oh no, deep dish pizza. I feel like I would need like 6 other people to help me finish that pizza. If I could just get a slice, I would. But if I eat a whole pizza, I don't think that would go well for my digestive system. But GMPC, exactly. He spent most of morning in vet to get his international health certificate so we can fly to London. Oh goodness. So yeah, that's a whole different process, but I thought it would be fair to show His Majesty the Cat, or I guess GMPC. Anyways, so now hopefully you guys are slightly more inspired to find the better moves here. Okay, thank you, yeah. That's a cute little backpack. Yeah, so now that's the thing, like e4 is coming up, and we should be aware of the fact that this pawn on a4 also wants to jump to a5, so we can never ever play b5. So the main thing that you have to consider right now is, do I ever want to play b5? Because if you ever want to play b5, it's now or never. White does want to play pawn to a5 next move, and then you're never going to be able to play b5. Well, actually you could legally, but that's going to be very ugly. So if you want a pretty b5, it's now or never. So with that information and with the cat positivity, should we play b5 now or still waiting?
I would rather develop pieces than move pawns at this point in the game.
Okay, so let me try to ask you a question. Why would you do? What is the purpose of developing pieces?
Get them to good squares.
Fair point. I can't argue with that yet. But the other way to look at it is that when we develop pieces, so we can gain space and we can take squares away from the opponent. So if opponent has this one move that will continuously bother us for the remainder of the game, and will make him psychologically happy as well, and will make us always question like, I wish I could play b5. Now, is this worth it to wonder the whole game? Should have I stopped this? Should I? Because I get it, developing is always good, but would b5 be a kind of development because they're taking space and we're making opponent not as happy with a5?
If you give up the knight for the second pawn, can they take it because their rook is hanging on a8?
Yes, you are correct about the tactical aspect of it, yeah. So b5, take, knight takes, yes. Now the other part is, are we going to take it? Because if we take, the rook takes rook, and we have a very interesting pawn, 2 pawns over here, and we have a very nice open diagonal when we get the bishop here, but is it worth it?
Unbalanced.
Yeah. Sorry. It is indeed unbalanced, but oh my goodness. But and I agree, this might be too hard to figure it out over the board if you've never seen stuff like this, if you haven't prepared it. But yeah, I can guess that McShane had at least prepared it, or he was least of all, somewhat prepared for this position, if not specifically for this opponent. He knew what he was doing. So, do we want to give up the exchange?
I think at this point there might.
Yeah, fair point, yeah. Oh, question, is queen d3 okay? I mean, I would eat it. I'm always going to, if you watched me, queen b3, again, I would eat it, don't worry. D or b, as long as, are you mentioning queen b6, I guess? I mean, your pawns kind of got ugly, and this one is a lonely one, so I'm not going to, no, I don't really like it, no. No, it's okay. Yeah, the squares would be not that easy. Yeah, so if you played b5, you kind of have to be ready for that sacrifice. You can't just play b5 and be like best of luck, or like I'm gonna, what is it, like I'm gonna wish for the best. Wishing for the best does not work. Luck is a huge component of success, but you also have to put in the effort. So queen b6 does not work, but it's understandable why you would want it to. Okay, so it's a ginormous sacrifice. Rook is going to go back to a1. Now, what if rook went to a7? Let's try to look into this a little bit too. This bishop is gorgeous over here. Yeah. We should have enough compensation. We shouldn't have to worry about the material imbalance. Okay, now actually queen b6 works. Thank you, yeah. Queen b6, kaboom, boom. And now you would simply just develop and then get this bishop out and slowly castle. Black is a little bit more comfortable, but because, this pawn is more advanced, this bishop is kind of slightly misplaced, but white's kind of under pressure, but it's still quite a playable game for both sides. However, rook just going back to a1, it's kind of like even psychologically, you just eat something, you get attacked, you go back to where you came from. It's not necessarily the most aggressive way. It's not showing like power, it's not showing the dominance that you would want to show over the chessboard. Exactly, now the queen side is looking kind of nice for black. So, okay, so we got it down. The queen side is looking nice. How about the king side? Or the center? How can black gain more stuff in queen side? Queen side is good. How can black gain some stuff in the king side or in the center? I guess some oomph. I've recently came across this word. Still not sure how to use it, so. Oh, there's a good question. What's the difference between good advanced pawns like these and overextended ones? I mean, as long as the pawn, like there's a pawn chain rather than a solo pawn, I would like that. If it's a solo pawn, it's just a target practice for opponents. But these are kind of protected. So Kayon, I think that's the general idea, but I want us to be more opportunistic. Exactly, yeah, we can't just do chill stuff. We gotta probably be a little bit more aggressive. Isn't b5 a weakness? Who's attacking it? b2 could be a weakness too, but nobody's attacking it. Because nobody's attacking it right now, it's okay. But yes, it has the potential for becoming a weak link.
I'm looking at G5.
Yeah, good idea. So I have a live audience G5 recommendation. How does the chat feel? I kind of also want to check on my phone because I actually don't see myself here. I don't know how the setup's feeling.
I could see that one.
Oh, good. Still kind of gonna make a quick look. I don't think I have the. Oh my God. Well, did anybody here enjoy the evil laughter button that I created on the Twitch stream?
Today?
Yeah, like right before this, I was playing viewers and I was like, you know what? I want an evil laughter button, so I'm gonna YouTube it. Yeah, that was actually fun. Potential copyright.
Watch it tonight.
Definitely.
That's good.
I got some good clips out of it. Thank you.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, G5. I mean, I see the chat is kind of warming up to the G5 idea as well. Good.
I just saw it on this.
Thank you.
Question mark.
Yeah, G5 is a good idea. Oh yeah, it does. Jesus. Yeah, G5 does look like a good idea, especially because after G5, you're again questioning this. What you gonna do? Are you gonna be cuckoo bananas and sacrifice stuff over here? Let me say blunder stuff over here, or are you gonna be a good little boy and go back? It's kind of like, you know, a little asserting dominance over the chessboard too. And this is psychologically a huge thing. I knew of these players, like even young players who like psychologically, like they would like, you know, when you're playing over the board, you would like, you know, come over the board, like squeeze your head or stare into opponent's eyes or do like stuff like that that shows dominance. And the body language, yeah, but, yeah, exactly. We're kind of showing this bishop who's the boss, and little by little it kind of accumulates. So I'm not necessarily telling you to start kicking your opponent under the table, but but a little, you know, devil eyes doesn't hurt anybody. Okay, so I like this G5, and so if we wanted to play chill and play something like H6, now if takes, then we would still have this nice two bishops, nice diagonal. This would still be kind of nice, right? But what if white also chose to develop? Now, if we try to be cute about it, I feel like black is still fine, but we don't have that space in the king side. In the king side, we're still kind of like questioning it. What should I do with the knight? I wish I could move this knight. This is still okay. If you want to play e6, that's fine. But G5 is just, again, dominance. Alright, bishop goes back. Now we just do e6. Now we're gonna bring this guy over here. Hi, Brian. Alright. Now we're gonna check this guy. King up. And to be fair, knight d2s are horrible. Does anybody want to tell me why?
knight to e4.
Exactly, yeah. This
and
is
then
a...
queen- okay, take the
Yep.
queen to a- take the
Yep,
queen to
yep.
a5.
Yeah, exactly. Free knight. It's a nice little pin. Good luck. Yep. So you kind of got to move up the king. All right.
After c3, you know,
What's
takes.
that?
So what if knight e4? Forget it. I was just saying maybe if we play c3 and then takes and then bishop takes, the rook might move over. Then we could queen f5.
Oh, I mean, I think the problem is first that you kind of give opponent some slippery room. We all know how I feel about slippery stuff. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is much easier. Just clean cut. Wait, I've been watching too many weird murder TV shows. I should probably stop that. Clean cut. Whoa. Okay. I just finished watching Lucifer. It's about like the devil and gods and stuff. Whoa. Oh my god. Okay. Kind of went a whole different direction. Now, okay. Black to move, what do we do? We still have a bunch of pieces to get out. Yeah, we were talking about this on the Twitch channel a little while ago, like Netflix ideas, and I was like, I have not watched that much Netflix recently, but I was talking about my favorite shows, and I was like, oh yeah, Dexter was fun, How to Get Away with Murder was fun, and I was like, wait, these are not very friendly TV shows. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
I quit watching it.
No, they're kind of fun, but I feel like too much of it could mess with your head. Anywho, before establishing How to Get Away with Murder, let's talk about how to checkmate Aronian. That's next step.
How to get away with murder on the chessboard.
Exactly. Let's first learn how to get away with murder on chessboard. For next month, we can upgrade it to premium lessons. Oh my god. Yeah. That's Simon. You were gone for 2 minutes and this got whole out of hand.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Alright, yeah, I don't know about knight e4. I feel like we still got this guy to develop. We still got this guy to put in a safe spot. We still got to put the queen in some more useful spot. So I don't necessarily want to rush into knight e4. I don't think knight d5 is a bad idea, but too early.
What about bishop to e4?
I feel like that's still the same thing. It's too early because even if you were to play bishop e4, now
The knight goes back.
I mean, I see your.
The king has f3.
I mean, it's a cute idea. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it could work, but Aronian might see the checkmate potential, yeah, and try to stop it. Could be very fun for bullets, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I didn't look at the knight to
Yeah. So, okay, I think you have a nice idea about wanting to activate your bishop. Well, maybe first let's activate the knight, and then we can move on to the bishop. Ah, stop showing. I can't stop it. Sorry.
Is that where you look over there?
Yeah. Alright, so maybe one more minute for the chat. I see a lot of people are loving knight e4. Knight e4 is something that we want to do, but we need more preparation. We can't just, go around and bounce around our knights. We need to be prepared. Exactly, knight e4 is cute, but we need more.
Is there anything in the knight to c6, knight to a5, knight to b3?
Ooh, fancy. I kind of actually like this.
Yeah.
I can live with this, yeah. Knight c6 is a good idea, yeah. And we're gonna go jump to b3. And, yeah, this is not necessarily going in the same direction as getting the bishop to d3, but that knight on b3 is questioning the rook again. Now, where are you gonna go with the rook? Let's say if you get your knight to b3, this rook is in a deep trouble because you can't go to c1, you can't come to a3, a4, a5, or a6. The only places that the rook would have to go are these three. And they're not very useful squares. So actually b1 is out because bishop can go to e4 and jump to d3. So not b1. If we could get that knight to b3, that would be very interesting. So there we go. So Aronian is trying to fight back. Aronian doesn't want this knight to get to b3, but he doesn't really have that much option. Right now, some ideas with knight d5 might have been more interesting. A short castle could have been also interesting, but I think knight a5 is just good enough. You don't need to always do the perfect move when you have the more practical move handy. So knight a5, practical enough. We like it. Aronian made it in a small inaccuracy with bishop e5. So knight c2 would have made more sense because now you're attacking this guy, and knight b3 doesn't work because, you know, I'll just eat your bishop, right? So then you would have to move this bishop, and you would probably have to go back. And now I can start to try to grab some of the center, try to put my king in a safe spot. I would have much more options rather than just being a sitting duck. Finally, I learned how to use that expression. Yeah, because that does not translate well in Farsi, so it's always like, what? But anyways, this is the definition of sitting duck if you don't do these. I guess that's a running duck. Okay. Yeah, so knight c2 would have been a better choice. And another way to consider it is momentum. I don't know if that's a word that's familiar in everyday English language, but the concept of momentum is very, very, very interesting in chess. That's one of the reasons, like, you always want to be attacking something, you always want to have some sort of plan handy, you always like, it's that like little, not playing so chill of like, I want to play like king h1 and king g1, you know, like, not.
Are you meaning initiative? Is it the same thing as initiative?
I've always learned it as momentum, I refer to it as momentum, but I'm assuming initiative could be the same thing. But I feel like initiative is when you start something, or like,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
But momentum is more like you're like using that moment, I think. Again, please do feel free to go. Yeah, gaining tempo. Yeah, tempo. Do feel free to correct me, because some stuff could get lost in translation from Farsi to English. So yeah, knight c2 would have been pretty cool, but I don't actually know why Aronian messed it up. I guess he'll be here in like, what, 2-3 days? I can bring him over to stream and ask him, hey, why did you mess this up? I don't think I'm ever going to do that. I have way too much respect for him to go and just talk to him like a bro. But anyways, yeah, knight c2, not the best choice. I might actually, yeah, we can send him a letter, subtle, here. Yeah, okay. Knight c2 would be kind of cool, but he missed it. He went with bishop e5. See, I feel like he's like on the same spot. He wants to activate his pieces, he wants to gain space, momentum, blah blah, but not, I think he kind of maybe he underestimated the power of this knight over here, which is unlikely. So I don't know, I don't want to say how he was thinking, but anyways, knight c2 would have been better than bishop e5, but he went for bishop e5 first, and then he kind of continued with h4. He took a whole different direction. Anyways, bishop f6 is also worth mentioning, but we could simply take back, and now if you do knight c2, we can simply bring knight c6.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, right, thank you, exactly. If you take, now I will just simply take back. Now this is mine. Whoa. Fruit fly. Get out of here. I despise insects. Truly.
Fishy way at it.
See, that's the thing. I don't know.
Fruit fly.
He never gets fruit flies or mosquitoes. He likes bigger. He likes actually flies. He kind of just whips them off the air. I do have a nice bug spray for mosquitoes and fruit flies. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, this would have been a very interesting turn of events. Anywho, let me go back. Knight c2 still would have been an interesting way to follow. Then maybe h4, but I guess it kind of transposed anyways with h4 first and then knight c2. So kind of same thing, but black is already comfortable in this position. Black has already established the dominance. Black has already established that this knight is going to be a pain in well, your existence. Yeah. So, yeah, good luck with this knight, basically. So Aronian is still trying to find a safe spot for the king, but kaboom. Now this is a fine move, but there was even a better move. So what do you guys think? Black to move. What do you think annoys white the most? We've moved from chess and psychology to how to annoy your opponent the most. Actually, I like that title more than chess and psychology.
I feel like that is the theme more often than not.
Yeah, basically, but I think chess and psychology has a more how to say, neutral
Yeah.
ring to it than, yeah.
Yeah, that could be what it's called on the surface. But yeah.
Right? Oh, Bachkin, I'm glad for you. You love chess. Good. We too. So that's why we're all here. Bishop e4, maybe, but that's not, it's not. Alright, so let's take a step back. This king moving back, how does it change white's position? What's different now? What piece from black is under attack? What ideas does white have that they didn't just a move ago? True, it does free the bishop. What else does it free? Free up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the queen's attack.
Yeah, exactly. This is now a problem.
Oh.
So, yeah, and he might want to take it and take it over here. He might want to play h5 to just...
So yeah, h5.
Yeah, so if this is a weakness and if there are some evil ideas with h5, well, you know what? Let's take that away from opponent. If h5 makes you happy, you ain't getting it. Basically, that should be your chess. This should be how you think in chess. Oh my god. I hope no kids are watching this. Anyways, yes, h5 is the way to go because your opponent wants h5, your opponent wants your pawn on g4. Alright, so then you could, now white is really in deep trouble because you can't exactly move this bishop, you can't develop it, you're kind of stuck here with the rook. If you were to move the bishop, boom. Wait, actually first this boom and then the other boom.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's like something in the queen side, something in the king side, and I feel like I want my evil laughter button now, but... Alright, yeah, so, and then all you have to do is not mess it up with something like bishop e4, because each bishop e4, it would be a sad mistake of take, and take. Yeah, so let me actually show you why this is a mistake.
So you made
Come back, here's h5, and now white is getting the initiative, the momentum, the whole shebang. So we don't want that. So we should, if white wants stuff on g4, I am simply going to tell you, bishop h3. Might look momentarily ugly, but this bishop is serving its purpose of keeping this rook miserable. It just ate a pawn, and it's saving this pawn. So overall, this bishop is looking pretty good. Anyways, let's go back. So I was just showing you how h5 would have been pretty and slightly suffocating for white. So black decided to go with a slightly different move order. Now white, instead of rook a2, could have chosen to take over here, take, kaboom, check, come back, boom, rook a7. Black is still slightly better, but this gives white more chance of fighting and kind of giving you a little better idea of how white can now be annoying. You know, the rook on 7th rank, this queen just ate a pawn. Or Dekin is just, oh yeah, sitting duck, thank you. That was a Finglish type of message I just got. So yeah, this would be a problem. Intermediate moves. Rook a2, now we get h5. So now this is good enough. I can live with this. Bishop e2 and bishop g2 was still looking interesting, but we don't have to do it. We could, definitely. This could be the same thing as the line that I just showed, but we don't necessarily have to. We can simply go bishop d6. This bishop is literally the only white piece that's actually active. So let's get rid of it. Alright, now black to move, what should we do? And Ravi is saying good morning. Oh my god, where are you? Where would be morning now? Like morning, not middle of the night morning.
Asia.
Fair point. Because I know a lot of countries right now are like between like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. I guess 5 a.m. is morning. I've been trying to wake up like around 6 for the last few days, and I feel like I get just so tired after like 12, 13 hours. My eyes start to go wobbly.
That concept makes no sense to me.
I'm fine with waking up around 8, 8:30. I think that's the normal time that I'm like, yeah, that's like my... No, like I could do that. At 6, 7, ouch. Ooh, 5 a.m. You better be getting some coffee, man. Alright, so what should we do here as black? Any suggestions? Okay, knight d5, definitely interesting.
Yeah.
What else do we have? NJ fan, me too. I remember the nights that I was just like watching a movie or something and sun would come up and like, this again. Yep. So
Bishop takes bishop, opens up the center with the king still in the castle.
interesting. So you're suggesting potential take back, and knight d5. I can actually, yeah, I think I'll be happy with this. This is a problem. This knight here is just that's the only thing that's defending a bunch of things. King can't castle, not legally at least. If this was a blitz game, somebody might forget. Oh my god, I'm horrible.
Queen to b6 is kind of rough.
Oh yeah, this one is coming too. Yep, exactly. If you try to just bring up the king, then boom. Yeah, you are correct. This would be quite interesting. In the game, McShane just went for knight d5. This is good enough, but bishop takes c5 was a better idea. Now take. Okay, now what do we do? Oh, Ravi, India is a beautiful country. I was there 2 times, 2009 and 2014. Oh my god, I'm getting old. I realized I've done most of my traveling in my youth, like in my, actually not youth, in my baby stage. Now that I'm getting in an age that you would actually enjoy the traveling, I'm just sitting home and studying and paying for the cat. Jesus Christ. Maybe f6. What's your purpose of f6? To get rid of the bishop? Because if you're gonna take the bishop, then you gotta take it. You gotta take the bishop now. Yeah, Kayon, I saw this meme a while ago, like when somebody that's born like before 2000 was like would go to buy alcohol and like they wouldn't really check their IDs as much. They would just it's before 2000. They were already 21 above. Felt slightly sad.
There's a 1. Yeah, I'd like to see as the 1 in the year.
Yeah, basically. Oh my god. Okay, I like this, but I think the healthiest one is just getting rid of the bishop. I feel like you had the purpose of coming over here, so let's get rid of this first, and then you can do the queen b6 that the chat is loving. Now after queen b6, white, Aronian, went bishop f3, trying to fight for some space and some equality, but now the question is, can we take this pawn? Because if we can take it, then, you know, that's a free pawn. Free upcoming dessert. Yeah, if you go and watch the Twitch stream that I did like literally an hour ago, I came up with a theme song about eating pawns. Currently I can't remember the melody, which is very sad, but it was fun. Ah, there we go, Ben. But now we have our own theme song about Dorsa eating pawns. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, that's the thing. White is under attack, so we might not want to exchange pieces. You are correct, but we're also eating free stuff. Eating free stuff, when you go to America and you go to college, you learn free stuff is always delicious. You eat it. You don't say no to it. Also, Yasser is a pawn eater, so if you like Yasser, you do it. One of the two. Alright, so take, kaboom, up. Alright, now what? Now, the problem is if we took it, then the king could take.
Yeah, I said keep the queen.
Oh, yeah, keep the queen. Good. Yeah, oh my god, in America, everything is so expensive. Parking is so expensive. Yeah. I don't have my own car yet, but I've been driving around with people enough to know that they really do not want to pay for parking. Yeah, queen c1, why not? Alright, now we're in a situation that we gotta decide. Do we want to make our opponent think we are gonna do perpetual? Yes. We always want to do that. We always want to mess with our opponent's head. Hence, this is chess and psychology. So if your opponent thinks you're going to do draw and then you're not actually going to do draw, let them think it. Yeah, queen e3, queen c1, and okay, now, we don't want to do the perpetual. So what is the actual best move? And yeah, Kaon, you're correct. Parking in New York or Chicago is equaling Tombstone, basically. But yeah, so I was in Chicago a few days ago, actually yesterday, and I was driving around with one of my college friends of a friend, and yeah, with her we realized we experienced the parking pain. Randy, I am sorry, but I mean, chess has I'm playing it to win. I'm not playing it to smile at you and let you beat me up. Playing it to win. So you don't necessarily need to do evil laughter when you're doing the perpetual out loud. So
Queen f4.
Not really. The bishop is under attack.
Oh, that was I said
Yep.
earlier. You gotta protect that bishop.
Or you can move this bishop because the queen is protected currently.
I don't want to lose that queen.
We're not losing it.
That's true. I'm going to keep her on the board debating.
Fair point. But if you could exchange the queens and win material, I would strongly recommend that too.
And I think we should beat the bishop.
Yeah, because that's the concept of converting your advantage, which is also a thermodynamic concept of conserving the energy conservation. But anyways, so that's the thing. As long as you keep your advantage and you don't blunder stuff, you can exchange your advantage. You can have a really nice attack, then you can win some material out of it, and then you can give up that material to form a nice attack, and the circle goes on and on and on. So take, check, come up, check, come down, and they repeated one more time. I'm assuming that they were also, because this is around move 30, so I'm assuming that because a lot of the high class tournaments, you get extra 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, depending on the tournament. You get some time after the 30th move, sometimes it's 40th move. You are kind of like waiting for that time cutoff. Again, I might be wrong on this, but if they were, if McShane was in a time crunch, if he had like 2 minutes, with every one move you gain 30 seconds. So if you can just throw in 2 checks, that's one whole minute. So not the worst idea. Yeah. So finally, Queen F4. Now the idea is next I'm gonna get this rook coming. This is a beautiful knight here. I can also want to do, knight c1s and make sure to eat some of your other material, or I'm gonna bring my rook. You can't really stop both of them. So white went queen h2 and kaboom, queen f3. Rook f1, check, king up. Alright, I'm gonna take a small pause. Now black to move, what do? We're almost done with this game. Black has really gorgeous advantage. All we gotta do is keep hunting down the king.
Knight d2.
Exactly, thank you. Yeah, Kayan, you're funny. Yes, kaboom, blasting the sitting ducks. Yep, we are actually about to make the duck roast. Roast duck? I don't know. We're gonna serve the ducks basically.
How's rook d8 also?
Rook d8, yeah, that definitely should do it too. So you gotta. The thing is, you're either gonna have to bring the rook or bring the knight. Your queen alone is not enough. So either one is good. If you bring rook d8, that is good too. Whoa, not that. If you bring, oh my goodness. If you bring rook d8, that's good too. You want to go down here. If king goes to g1, you'll still go over here. Your knight is defending it. If you move the queen g2 is coming up. Queen g4 is like super lost. If you wanted to do knight d2 as well, that works. So if you move it, kaboom, check. If you move it, another check. Now knight f3 is coming up. Again, rook d8. So actually, I believe after queen f3, Aronian just resigned. Sorry, actually here, Aronian just resigned. And yeah, black played very beautifully from start to end. And at this time, Aronian was actually world's number 2. So yeah, McShane had a lot of fun with this. Hopefully, he celebrated properly after this. And that is the game that I really wanted to show you guys today, and hopefully you enjoyed it. I did. It's always kind of interesting to see super grandmasters not score full points or even any points against lower rated. Kind of gives you hope. So yeah,
You're 2700.
right. So yeah, make sure to go take a tiny break and join us on Twitch. We're going to do our switch to Twitch segments to analyze your games on Licha. So if you have games, please have them ready and meet us there in about 10 minutes. Thank you everybody, and see you hopefully shortly.